recording now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special impromptu edition of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and we are at Carnegie Hall. We've placed ourselves in Carnegie Hall with the legendary Vladimir Horowitz. And on my immediate left, we have Sherry, and then we have Mike, and he is the nephew of the general manager, Joel Baird here, and then affectionately on my further left, our aging rocker, Emmett. So we call him our aging rocker. You want to start us off, Emmett?
Heavenly Father, bless our food and our time together in Jesus' name.
And I'm going to start out with a girl from Ipanema.
Spinning dryer. I was listening to that yesterday just before I came on your show. It was on the Easy Listening station. I was thinking about the spinning dryer and the washing machine. This is one of my favorite Easy Listening songs.
Do you listen to it while you're doing your laundry?
No, my dishes. I wish I could, but sometimes I listen to Easy Listening when I'm folding my laundry and sing about, the spinning dryer, it's fascinating. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the spinning song would be a better one for that.
Yeah.
We'll explain that in a moment. Beautiful song. And the conclusion. There you go. Thank you. And I understand you both live in New York, right?
We do, yeah.
Good. And you said you just graduated?
I did, yes, I just
University
graduated.
of Delaware?
University of Delaware.
Good
music
for
degree.
you. And your instrument is?
Bassoon.
Bassoon. Oh, wow, that's way cool. I don't know anybody except for you now that plays a bassoon.
Oh wow, I'm the only one?
You're the only one.
That's not too much of a surprise.
Well, how long have you been playing the bassoon?
I've been playing since I was in 10th grade.
Oh, good for you. And also the piano, right?
Yeah, piano since I was about 8 years old.
Good for you. And Mike, you play two instruments too?
Yeah,
right?
so I play piano.
Uh-huh.
I've been playing that since, I always get it mixed up. I guess like 12 or 13, and then bass pretty soon after that, bass guitar.
Oh, excellent. And now you're not playing any bands or anything in New York out there?
No, not right now.
Okay, let's see. I'll do some Madam Butterfly Slay while we're talking. You know this opera?
No, I've heard it on The Simpsons once. It was on, yeah.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Mr. Notner. That's a short version of Madam Butterfly, One Fine Day. Yeah, you know what's cool about classical music these days? They put them on cartoons, and they put them on television shows these days. Like that Liebestrom, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the songs that they use. I think it was on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Really? I guess we'll have to look for
I
that
think that was, I think that was the song that they used, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Did you see that movie?
No, I don't think so.
Basically, Roger is a rabbit. You know, he's had these ears. He looks like Bugs Bunny. He's like this white rabbit, right? And he's married to this really hot lady named Jessica. And they're cartoons. They're called tunes.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting about this movie is the cartoons are mixing with real people. And so there's a guy that owns the Paint and Ink and Paint Club where the cartoons perform. And there's the bad guy, Judge Doom. He wants to buy the Ink and Paint Club and buy out Los Angeles so he can start building freeways and destroy tunes. It's a cartoon, so it's not going to make much sense. But anyway, Roger gets framed for murder. So the guy that owns Toontown gets murdered. Roger gets blamed for it, and so the detective, Eddie Valiant, has to solve the crime. And that's the synopsis of it. And it's hard to explain. You just gotta see it. But they play that Liebestrom song all throughout that film. You know, like when they're performing at the club and stuff. It's just a cute little cartoon. It got like 3 or 4 Academy Awards.
Wow.
Framed Roger Rabbit.
There's an episode of Tom and Jerry where they play Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody, and the entire
Yeah,
episode
Hungarian Rhapsody.
is Tom trying to finish the song.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Hungarian Rhapsody. Yeah, you're right. And then also Bugs Bunny played it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
wow, they
remember
all
that?
love
Yeah.
that one.
And then there was a mouse that was sleeping in the keys of the piano, and he heard the classical music, and he went like this. You know how mice are. And he got a little curious, so he started messing with Bugs Bunny while he was at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, since classical music isn't as popular today, I feel like a lot of people who are younger, like our ages,
Yeah.
don't really know what classical music is, and they just associate it with cartoon music or movie music, and they don't
Yeah.
really.
People obsess over movie music. That's pretty much just classical music. But when they say you listen to classical, like, no, why would I listen to that?
Yeah, people download all the soundtracks for all the
Mhm.
latest
Yeah.
movies and Broadway.
But you know, if you
plays.
think about it, that's a good way to expose people to classical music
Huh.
that otherwise wouldn't be exposed. If you know, if they put on a cartoon or a movie,
Mhm.
that's what it resorts to.
Yeah.
And like I've stated, I love classical music, but it's just not a big demand for it. Not like when Horowitz
Mhm.
was alive. When this man was alive, he was like doing
Yeah.
stuff. And he, you know what I liked about him is he would be adding pages to Chopin that were not written because he was that skilled.
Mhm.
And the public loved it. Critics blasted it, but so what?
But he
Critics are
didn't care,
frustrated
really.
musicians.
Well, even my generation, Generation X, didn't like classical music. They always panned it and said it was elevator music and wanted to listen to heavy metal like Motley Crue or Judas Priest, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just as my generation, I was one of the few kids in my class that liked classical music and easy listening. They panned easy listening as well, you know?
Uh-huh.
They would never listen to it. The only thing they would listen to is rock. That's it. I mean, I love rock and roll. I love punk rock and heavy metal. To do my show, I had to put on the heavy metal station to listen to some Slayer and some others to get pumped for this very serious show that I was going to do. But, you know, I still love classical as well, and
I
my
do too.
generation wouldn't even touch it. They wouldn't even touch a classical record with a 10-foot pole. It's unbelievable.
Well, we got to get a little stones. Let's get a little piece of painted black here.
Oh, yeah. I guess the generation before mine loved the Stones, yeah. I was never into the Stones.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's the weird thing with me. Well, I don't know about you two. What kind of music do you like? I like either extreme death metal and punk rock or easy listening. Now that's an extreme. John Denver or Cannibal Corpse. What guys music or is your generation? What do you like to listen to?
I guess I mostly listen to like, indie rock, but I do listen to a lot of classical, and I did have a whole metal phase. Like Between the Buried and Me. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're more modern though. I don't
The
know.
what?
Between the Buried and Me. Anyway, bands like that.
Never heard of them.
They're really good. But I guess
Death metal, heavy metal, what?
I don't know. I guess progressive metal mostly.
Huh, might be on 916, yeah.
Mike turns me into a lot of the different types of music, especially like indie rock.
Yeah.
But I also like classical and jazz a lot, and that's what I think I know a lot
Yeah.
more about.
I love smooth
Indie
jazz.
rock. Yeah.
Smooth jazz is wonderful. Office music, I love that, yeah.
Well, Mike, we got to have you play a tune. We got to have you play a tune real quick, too,
Oh,
or
Mike's
even a
gonna
piece
play
of a
a
tune.
tune.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll trade you. I'll sit next
All right,
sit
sure.
here.
I can't talk while I play though. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
very
okay.
good
That's
at
okay.
multitasking.
That was Painted Black for those people who didn't know that song there. Go ahead and have some fun. This is called Liebestraum, Franz Liszt.
Well, this is the same composer of Hungarian Rhapsody, the
Yeah.
one in the Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
The one that we heard
Franz Liszt is the
before.
composer for
Oh, I don't know. I don't know those cartoons, yeah. I never saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but I saw interviews of it in a magazine now defunct for years called Starlog. It was a magazine all about science fiction and heroic fantasy, and it's out of print now, sadly, but I used to collect it as a teenager and a child, as a teenager and a young adult, very much so.
Do you
Well,
want
Mike
any
is
list
doing,
facts?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing Horowitz proud.
Yeah. Something special about Franz Liszt is that he popularized solo piano performances. He
Yeah.
would have his own recitals, and before that, it was really not done. with
I
just
understand
solo
history says he
piano.
started the profile with the piano too. Is that true?
The profile.
Yeah, you know how in the old days you all either saw the back of the pianist's head or the front, and he put the piano sideways where you can see sideways like how Horowitz is here. history says Franz Liszt started that.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, I don't know how much truth there is, and I'm just going by piano history.
He's also known for his symphonic poems.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be a really influential guy when it comes to
That's all I
piano
can remember that
music.
piece.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
Young lady, you
beautiful.
want to play
Oh,
something?
no, I'm good, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe next,
Come on.
next episode.
Let's see what time it is. Oh, wow. 20 minutes have gone by already. See how quickly this is? Yeah. So I'll be winding down here in a moment or two, but thanks for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
And obviously you love playing classical music.
I do, yeah.
That's
Definitely.
neat. Well, I hope you can get a job playing the piano out there in New York someday. Maybe you can use this
Yeah.
as an
That'd
audition
be
piece.
awesome.
I don't know.
I'll come to the bar. I'll get a drink for you. while
I'll do
you're
my
playing.
grandpa proud.
Yeah.
That's always what he wanted.
Yeah. Emmett, you want to go find Joel? He's supposed to be here.
All
Just
right.
walk out that way, have him come in real quick, and then we'll
All right,
sign off.
excellent.
Well, that was very nice playing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I stand corrected. It wasn't Lieberstrom, it was the
It's
Hungarian
cool.
Rhapsody.
I
Yeah.
also know a little bit of that, but that's a hard.
Oh, he changed places with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
we switched.
wonderful.
I tried to
That's-
talk.
So I'm the
I
second
tried to-
person on your show's history
Yeah,
class.
'cause
Yeah,
the
that
second
6-year-old
person
little
who
girl.
actually
Yeah.
Top
took
6.
the
Yeah, she did.
keyboard.
Well, I added a few more notes when she did, and it was fun, stuff like
Nice.
that.
So you guys have been discussing
Yeah, we've been talking about
their impressions of Montana too, since they're from Long Island.
Well, we didn't really talk too much about Montana. How did you like it here during your visit?
It's great here. It's very smoky, but
Wow.
we've had a lot. Yeah, we've
You're
had a
not
lot of
catching
fun
us
here.
at our best with the snow.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
are
And
you.
Missoula's a really cute town.
Yeah.
We like it here. Lots going
Yeah.
on.
And we've gone to Glacier National Park, and these guys have gone over to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons.
I'll do it. Do it again. Good, it's cool.
Yeah, so they had a pretty good time, and they loved Glacier so much they're going back this weekend.
Really, before you go back home?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we'll escape the smoke in the meanwhile,
Yeah,
Yeah.
smoke
Not
gets
as
in your
bad
eye.
as
That's a
that.
famous song, Smoke Gets in Your Eye,
Oh yeah, I
But
like that
we're
song.
not in Missoula right now. We're in New
Oh.
York. We're in Carnegie
Well,
Hall.
Yeah,
Sharon needs
that's
to
right.
talk
Yeah,
about
this
something.
is
Here's
this is about
Vladimir
as close.
Horowitz right
that's
back.
I think
Thanks.
Sharon needs to
Vladimir
talk about
Horowitz.
something, but she was actually on that stage.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a
so
good idea.
With my,
I just got a text, so I'm going to step out. But
All right.
I'm very excited. Thank you, Asaph, for having
Thanks for
my
letting us do
visitors
this
on your
impromptu
show.
taping with your
And
family
then,
here.
Emmett, you're in charge of the length of the show because you have to get on to make your show.
Right, yeah, we're
So
going to
you
sign up
guys
right
work
now.
How-
out
yeah.
long.
Sign out right now.
Yeah, how about
All
we
right.
sign off now? Yeah.
I'm getting ready to.
Bye, you
Bye.
guys.
Alright. Well, anyway, I know this is an impromptu, but this gives you an idea of what Asaph Cafe is like. Normally, we do this like 45 minutes or something like that. But the next time you're in town, if you want to do a
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
again, you can.
Yeah.
Well, let me make some final acknowledgments. This is Asaph Cafe. It's an impromptu show where every week I invite a guest, and they talk to me while I usually do all that Sinatra dinner music, instead of the Lieberstrom. So I'm Asaph, I'm your host, and we have Sherry again, get used to your name, and Mike, and of course, he's the nephew to Joe, general manager, and affectionately our aging rocker Emmett. Any final words? Any?
Can't think of anything right now, no?
Yeah, he usually has this surreal poetry,
Yeah,
and surreal
surreal
jokes and
joke, yeah.
stuff like that. All right, well then in that case, until our next show, Maranatha.
The spinning dryer.
I freeze right
Yeah.
there. Now don't move until I shut everything down, so just make yourselves at home.